And we should be live. Welcome back, everyone, to a Brickitect Live late night radio show. If you've never been to this before, it's basically a place where we just hang out and talk. Typically happens late at night, and it's sort of like a radio show, hence the name. But tonight, feeling pretty good right now. I just got my studio organized, which is just a fantastic feat because it was really bad. The horde was out of control, and I felt like I really needed to do something to get things back in order. And it's an amazing feeling when you can get everything kind of fixed up the way that you want it. And man, I'm just feeling really good about it. Let me make sure everything is going here. It looks like everything is good. I'm not 100% sure though. It always worries me when YouTube isn't working properly. And I think that's the case here. So let me just go back. And we will check. Whoa. Yeah, there we go. I don't think YouTube sent out notifications for this. We've got one person here right now. There we got two. We'll give it some time here to get all set up. I'll just cut this beginning part out. I think YouTube let me down here, guys. All I ask is that you send out notifications to everybody, and I don't think they did that this time. Working just fine, says Brickmaster. Yeah, I'll give it a couple minutes here, and then we'll kind of start over again, I suppose. Did you guys get notifications when you came in? Hey, we got a couple people showing up now. Let me know if you got a notification when you came into this. Lego Freak, did you get a notification? YouTube's telling me I have one person watching right now, which seems a little odd. Maybe I went a little too late with the late night radio show. That's possible. If you hear me scrunching on some things in the background here, I am trying to fix some Nintendo boxes. My mother-in-law was throwing away some... Well, I don't want to say thrown away. She's going through some stuff in the attic and found some classic NES Nintendo boxes and manuals and things. And most of these games we have in our collection. So she was like, do you want these things? And I was like, I don't really have the place to store them, but I really can't see a piece of history getting thrown away. So I've taken on these Nintendo boxes, and they're all kind of flattened out. So I'm taking on the opportunity here to kind of bring them back to life and make them back into regular boxes again. And I recognize pretty much all these games from our collection that we had. If you guys probably don't know, but Mrs. Brickitect and me, we combined pretty much all of our collections. We combined our video game collections. We combined our Lego collections. We combined everything. So I'm basically going to be taking these boxes, making them into three-dimensional boxes and putting them into storage with all my Nintendo stuff, in addition to all the boxes that I have here, which are probably like, I want to say 15 or so. I also need to take and go through all of the other electronics things that she had. There was a Sega Genesis in there with, I think there was, no, I don't know if there was a controller for that. I do have plenty of Sega Genesis controllers, but there's a Sega Genesis in there. There was, all the cords and the stuff for that. There was a Game Gear, which the Game Gear I believe is working just fine, although it was missing its one of the battery covers in the back. When I turned it on without a game in it, it looked a little sketchy, so I'm gonna have to test that out with one of my Game Gear games. What else is in there? Tons of Nintendo controllers. We're talking original Nintendo. I've got two Zappers, and I was excited about the Zapper because it was an original colored one. The one that I had, being that I bought a Nintendo a little later in its lifespan, was the orange Zapper. And I like the original one better. Also in there were some like turbo controllers and all that fun stuff. There's two of those in there. One of them doesn't seem to be working that well. But it's always nice to add stuff to the Nintendo collection. I've got a whole tote, which I should probably do a video on some channel. I guess Greg's World would probably be the most appropriate place for that. But I've got a huge thing of Nintendo. I've got a huge thing of Sega Genesis and Game Gear. I've got Nintendo Wii stacked up. I've got, oh boy, what else? Sega Dreamcast, Nintendo 64. GameCube. I mean, you name it, it's in there. Everything but in the Super Nintendo. That was the one console that I missed out on. But if you guys are wondering, this isn't necessarily a video game show. It's kind of just what I'm doing right now, is trying to reformulate these boxes, which I'm realizing suddenly that I can't really do that and talk and try to view the chat at the same time. So we'll put that on the back burner. As everyone is coming in here, I know that there were some issues in the very beginning with notifications going out. So the first minute, there was literally just me here talking to myself. But I got my studio organized tonight, which was fantastic. It was a giant mess. It got to the point where there was almost no floor here. It looked like the show Hoarders. And right now, it's exactly the way I wanted. I do have some organizing to do with some Lego stuff. Like I bought a bunch of the containers or storage racks, I guess you want to call it. They're like the Sterilite containers. And I'm trying to get everything kind of separated down so everything's very easy to find. It just takes a lot of time to do that. But outside of that, everything else is perfect here. I think I could run the vacuum, especially considering Clark was down here and he was eating like a little snack bar type thing and got it all over the couch and floor. Yeah, this is the new microphone. Let me know what you guys think of the new mic. I think it's a pretty good improvement over the old one. I think I may need to back it down just a little bit. I think we're peaking there a little bit, probably because I'm a little close to it. But that's what I've been doing, and I thought, why don't I jump on here since it's 11 o'clock and I'm awake? Why don't I jump on and... Maniac says, so it looks like my room. Yeah, well, I don't know if it was ever that bad. But it's not good. But it's good now, and I feel good about it. I should do a tour here eventually. Oh, Bricksar's here. Thank you, Bricksar, for keeping me company here today while I was going through some cleaning. I have a video coming up tomorrow morning about that. Didn't go as well as I'd hoped. But if you guys want to talk about anything here tonight, I'm open to do that. I don't know how long I'll be on here because I'm trying to maintain a normal bedtime. I was just kind of pumped up from getting everything done, and I thought I would hang out with you guys for a bit. Maniac says, that's why I need a break to clean up and make videos better. Yeah, I recommend it, like, oh, we got a donation. I'll address that here in a second. But Maniac, I recommend if you can get your space clean, it just frees your mind. You just feel better when you look around, and it's just, I don't know, it's worth the investment in time, even though it seems bad. EH Bricks with a donation says, any ideas for original Lego content? I don't want to be a reviewer like 90% of the community. Well, you can do what I do and sort of what the people that I'm a fan of that have channels do, and that's just to document your experience as a collector. I think that's so much more valuable than being the 78th person to review a Lego set. You know, talk about the sets you want, talk about the sets you got, talk about the amazing deal you got, show yourself playing with it. That's one thing that I think is really missing from YouTube in the Lego space, is that I never actually see people play with Lego sets. It's like I see lots of people that like to provide information on Lego sets, lots of people that want to talk about future Lego sets, speculate on pictures that they've seen on Lego sets. Where are the people that are actually enjoying their hobby? That's what I want to see. So that's what I'd recommend doing. Of course, everyone's different. Maybe that's not your thing. Doing the style like I do, you kind of put yourself out there a little more than most people seem to be comfortable with. But, you know, I think it's cool. And if you want to be unique, your Lego collecting experience is going to be different from everybody else's, assuming that you're getting different sets. And we all have different sets getting at different times, and we're all on our own path. So that's what I'd recommend. AMW wants to know if Mrs. B knows I'm still awake. She went to bed a while ago, so I don't think she does, but it's okay. It's quite all right. Maniac says, I feel awkward playing with Lego sets on camera. People have cringed to me live before. I don't know. Yeah, I guess, boy, that's tough, because I'm trying to think if I didn't have Clark, would it be awkward for me to play with Lego sets? I don't think it would. I don't know. I sometimes play out some scenarios and stuff occasionally if we build a set, and I just like to kind of show that there is more than just providing the fact that, you know, this has 812 pieces and this piece moves like this and this does this. I think that's just boring, at least in my opinion. And if you can't cringe at your own videos, what can you cringe at, right? Oh, Brickstar says cringe is king on YouTube. Well, I hope that's the case, because if you go back and watch my early videos, I'm definitely at the top. If you want to talk about cringe. Oh my goodness. I'm going to back the audio down a little bit here. Let me know if we're having any audio issues. I'm just trying this microphone out a little bit here, playing around with it. Maniac comes back to Bricksar with true, but people also want quality. Yeah, I think quality is important. I think video and audio quality. I did show myself getting a bunch of different equipment today, but I still stand by this fact, and I should have said this in the video. If you are starting a YouTube channel, or even if you have an established YouTube channel, I don't recommend going out and spending a bunch of money. Just use what you have, but use it the best you can. If you're going to have your phone in your hand or whatever, if you're going to record that way, try to stabilize it as much as you can. Try to get some good lighting on the thing that you're trying to show. Those are probably the two most important things. Audio and lighting, I think, are probably the two most important things when it comes to YouTube. And if you want to play with your Lego sets, just make sure it's super cringy. That way people can leave you some dislikes. Build-A-Tech says, Greg, how long did it take you to get subscribers? A heck of a long time, man. I think it took me 3 years to get 1,000 subscribers, but I really wasn't like really putting out content on like a massive scale at that point. I mean, there might have been a month that went by that I didn't make a video, so I wasn't like fully into it. But then like about a year ago, I was just like, all right, I want to turn this into something, and I started doing it, and you guys can see where it's come from there. I think last year at this time, I probably had maybe 1,500 subscribers on a good day. So that's kind of what happens. BeamDD wants to know, will I watch the KSI Logan Paul fight? No. I think the highlights are going to be unavoidable, and people are going to be talking about it. I don't have a whole lot of interest in it. I think I'm proud of these guys for hyping this up to the point where they're going to make a lot of money, and I think that's pretty much what it's all about, is just two guys trying to bank, and they're certainly going to do that. And I guarantee what's going to happen after they fight is that there's going to be another rematch or something scheduled for some point in the future, and they're going to make a ton of bank again off that one. But thank you for the donation, and there's my thoughts on Logan Paul, and probably the only time you'll hear me talk about them unless I'm making fun of them. But I really can't, though, because they're obviously doing a lot better than I am, and maybe I could take some notes. EH Bricks with a donation as well. Guys, thank you so much for the donations. I really appreciate it. Says, I deleted my Instagram because some of my friends played a joke on me by telling people on Snapchat to follow my Lego account. You know how kids can be. Should I bring it back? I'm scared, but I don't know. I think you should, man. Don't let other people determine your future or your present. I made that mistake when it came to Lego. I have so many regrets not collecting Lego for the majority of my life at this point because I got out of it, because it was like, you know, kids your age don't play with toys anymore, and my friends stopped playing with toys, action figures. I remember being upset, like, my friend gave me his Power Rangers action figures because he's like, I don't play with these anymore, and I was like, why not, man? Because that was like something we did. And, you know, Lego kind of was like the same way, and it got packed up, and I went out on like probably like the strongest time in my collecting. It was a point where I had collected all those Western sets that I shared with you guys, which I do need to take apart now because they're still sitting out and I need to do something with them. But like, had I continued collecting, could you imagine what my collection looked like right now? I'd probably be boxing up P248,000 right now, like Bricks are. But yeah, don't let these guys stop you from doing something you love, and don't be embarrassed by being a Lego collector, because you're going to be the one that laughs at them someday when you have 1 million subscribers on YouTube on your Lego channel. Unless you don't plan to start a Lego channel. At that point, you're just going to be laughing at them because it doesn't matter. Nothing matters. I shouldn't say nothing matters, but that's another thing. I know a lot of you guys that are watching this or listening to this are in school. Who cares what other people think? I'm telling you, it may seem like a big deal right now, like what shirt you have on or what shoes you wear or what you're into. I guarantee you, I don't know, let's say you're 13. When you're 18, 19, when you guys separate and everyone goes off to college or whatever, does their own thing, none of this crap's going to matter. So don't even worry about other people. Do your own thing. I'm going to go off on this a little bit here, guys, so I apologize for anybody that's commenting right now, but school, being in school with other kids, they really don't want individuals. You have to kind of blend in. You can't be yourself. You got to be like the next person that looks just like the person standing beside you. And I think that's one of the worst things you can do in life. I think the best thing you can do is be yourself. Be as different as possible. People find people that are different to be interesting. Maybe not now. You might get made fun of. Like if you went to school wearing like a three-piece suit or whatever, just because you like doing that, you're going to get made fun of. But I'm telling you, down the line, that's going to make you interesting to people, and it's going to be the reason that people like you is because you're fun and you're different. So there you go. There's my little bit of a rant on that. That's to anybody that's in school, or even if you're my age or even older. Don't live your life for other people. Do what you want to do. Oh, here we go. X-Ray Blitz has a great saying. Those who don't, I'm gonna butcher this. Those who mind don't matter, and those who matter don't mind. Exactly. Build a Tech says, I got the Pirate roller coaster. Should I mail it out? No, I would probably build it if I were you. I wouldn't mail it anywhere. Build that thing up, man. But, you know, back to the whole thing about fitting in. I guess it's because as humans, we want to be a part of the community. You don't want to be an outcast. And it's easier to blend in with everybody than it is to stand out. But I'm telling you, the successful people, not just materially, like money-wise, but the successful people just in life that live with no regrets are the people that stand out. So stand out. And I'm sorry, I'm going to try to go back here, see if I missed anything that anyone else said, because I went off a little bit on that one. You guys get me started on these things, and man, I hate to see people's talents and individuality go to a waste. Leroy asks, this is a good question. Do you think your rise in subscriber has anything to do with streaming and interacting with larger YouTubers? I found you through the Saturn V build you did with Ryan. Oh, no, actually the opposite, because I really haven't had, like, I know some channels get help by bigger channels and things like that. Prior to me building that one set with Ryan, which I really don't think anything came of that other than maybe you came over, no one has helped me grow. I've pretty much built everything I have up by myself. Like, I don't know. It's just, I think that's a good thing to do. But I think the reason that I had a rise in subscribers, because that happened, I think probably when I had maybe 17,000 subscribers, and that was after going from 1,500 last year at this time. I think the biggest thing that helped me grow in subscribers is that, one, I was being way more consistent than I was, and two, I did something that's different than a lot of people do in the LEGO community, and that is to share yourself and be open. And I don't think that's a common thing. And I think just when people saw that and they saw it happening every day, and the fact that it's me and my son, and we're just being real and we're sharing things. I'm not a LEGO expert. I don't claim to be one on the internet. It's just us doing our thing, and I think people like to see that. At least I hope so, because that's what I like to share. And I think that's another thing. When you make videos that you enjoy and you're proud of what you do and you put the time into editing it and you put it out there to the world, I think people can see that and they like that passion. I think that's the most important thing. So I don't think that I have any growth because of any kind of shout out or anything like that. I think this is just a natural growth of people that actually want to see what we're doing. At least I hope so. But if anybody does want to shout me out, if you have 1 million subscribers and you're watching this right now, feel free to throw the name out there, and we'll see where it goes. EH Bricks, thank you so much for the donation, $14.98. That's a lot of money to donate. Said, I'm just starting high school. Coming in with many friends makes it so much easier. I just don't feel like I have time with the abundance of homework, my GPA average, etc. Just wish you guys made a school. Yeah, you got to find a balance there. Definitely focus on your studies, because if you intend to do something out after school, like going to college, those things are going to be very important. But it's also important to do things that you enjoy. You got to find a balance there. So maybe schedule things, like get your homework done, and then after that, do some LEGO stuff. You know, I'm going to tell you to make a video about it. I'm always trying to encourage anybody I can get my hands on, either through this microphone or in real life, start a YouTube channel. I always try to share that passion with other people. Most people don't think anything of it, but I think that'd be pretty cool. A little after homework video session would be neat. Show what you built that day. But yeah, I understand that. It's a lot to take on when you're in school. I'm just, yeah, I can't say too much more about that other than you do have to find a balance, and don't get burnt out on school. Don't get burnt out on anything. Find something there. And that's something that I struggle with all the time, is finding balance in my life. Some would say that I'm a little too obsessed with YouTube. Some would say that maybe the 7-day video schedule is too much, and they're probably right. I neglect a lot of other things because of how much I'm focused on YouTube, but it's the thing that I love doing the most, and I can't pull myself away from it. I just love everything about it, so I can understand that. Maniac says, I guess my videos show my passion since they're sloppily put together. People picked up easier than I did. I'm trying to figure that out. My videos show my passion since they're sloppily put together. Maybe that's like a reflection of you, like sloppily. I don't know. I like your videos though. I like the fact that you're sharing your your collecting journey, and I love the interesting stuff you get. I would say of all the channels that I've watched, Maniac for Bricks and Brickstar, I think, are probably the most interesting channels in the fact that they're Lego experts and they share these things that not everybody's sharing. Like, everybody can go out and get the new whatever set, but they're showing this stuff that I have no idea even existed, and I love to see that. So thank you for that. And I think your passion does shine through. Let's see here. Sorry guys, I'm a little behind here. I'm going a little crazy, going off on some stuff, but I appreciate you guys getting me into this, and I'm getting a little passionate about all this. I got to hit this other donation from EH Bricks. EH, I think you've donated way too much now. I'm cutting you off. It says, my main goal on YouTube is to make an appearance on the Bricks and Bits podcast, then I can retire. I think that could be very possible. You have to, I guess, talk to Ryan about that. He pretty much handles the people that come on to that. Maniac says, I see Clark making his own under Greg's guidance, like Mrs. Brickitect. Yeah, I hope Clark starts a YouTube channel someday. I've talked about this before a little bit, and what I'd love to see from Clark is just a vlog channel. I don't care if it's Lego, I don't care if it's Thomas, I don't care if it's Paw Patrol, whatever he's into at the time. I just want to see him like document a day in his life, or the things that he's interested in, the things that he wants to talk about, and I think that'll be just fascinating to watch, not only at the time, but also in the future when he grows up, to go back and be like, what was Clark doing when he was 4 years old? Oh, he was making a video about how he loves Thomas. That's crazy. And man, I'm just really stoked about it. So hopefully he's interested in that. I have a feeling. I have a feeling he's going to like doing videos. Have you and Mrs. Brickitect talked about Clark having his own baby brother or sister? I would love to. Unfortunately, I'm not the one that is carrying the baby brother or sister, and Mrs. is out on that. So I look at all the joy that Clark has brought me, and I would love to have another one. Maybe another one after that. I think it'd be great, but those first couple years, like the beginning, it's really tough, and we'd kind of be going back to starting over again. I like the point where Clark is right now. EH says, I've already chatted with Ryan. Okay, let me know when you're on. Be happy to talk to you. Chicken Corn says, I wish I could donate to the channel. You don't have to donate, guys. I do appreciate the donations. I think that's really great that you guys think enough of me to do that. And I do put all the money towards the channel, whether it be in buying a $120 microphone or buying a Lego set. I feel like, I know this, it seems crazy to spend that kind of money like on a camera lens or a microphone or even on a Lego set that's $100 or $150, but I look at it as an investment. It's a chance for me to do something hopefully better than what I could do it before. And with the Lego set stuff, it's just a chance for me to make content and share that stuff with you while also building a collection that I'm really passionate about. Oh, Maniac says, sorry, I stepped out on the compliment. Yeah. You guys totally deserve the subscribers that you have, and I think you guys do wonderful work, and Brickstar included. Brickstar is my favorite YouTube channel to watch. Here's what I'll say about Brickstar. First of all, I'm gonna plead right now for Brickstar to come to Philly Brickfest 2019. I'm gonna put that out there right now. Hopefully, maybe something could work out there. But I love Brickstar's content because it's so authentic. You can tell he's a nice guy. You can tell he loves what he does. Oftentimes you can tell that he's worked very hard that day and he's tired, but he's still putting the time in. And I love it. So keep doing what you're doing, Brickstar. Do what you can. Don't get too burnt out on it. But I love to see everything that you do, and it's just fun to watch. Pop Tart 5000 donation. Thank you for the donation. I appreciate that again. And I'm missing a lot of comments here, guys. If I missed anything that you said, please feel free to come back in and hit me with it again, because I'm doing my best here, even though I'm really long-winded on some things, and I apologize for that. Keep on Legoing says, who also has a good channel? I like Keep on Legoing, who does, I want to say videos that are kind of similar to what we do, where he gets in front of the camera, shows what he's working on that day, and you're kind of following along with his collecting journey too. I was sad when he stopped making videos for a while, but it seems like he's back in the groove a little bit. And I even watched him stream Fortnite, which is fun to watch. But he says, I can't wait until you show Clark's girlfriend all these videos. The one that I'm looking forward to showing her is Letting It Rip During Mail Time. That one's going to be fantastic. So Brixar says the registration for Philly will start in a couple weeks. He didn't say he's going to come, but he didn't say he's not going to come, at least right now. He said he's not going to come before that. But, man, I know it's one heck of a drive for you. It's not one heck of a flight, though. You get there pretty fast by plane. I feel like the people that were around you there, and like you made so many people's day just by being there. Love to see you there again, and that's the one that I go to. So that's why I kind of want you to go too, because I want to meet you again, even though we already met. I thought it was a pleasure to meet you, and you're as nice of a guy in real life as you are on the internet. Which I have to say, that's pretty much the case for everybody that I met. I didn't see anybody that was like a jerk or anything, but I'm looking forward to going this year. I think it'll be a lot of fun. I may even, as much as I want to document my experience there, I'm thinking about not filming this year when we go, because I want to be in the moment and experience it more. And I felt like last time I lived so much of it through the lens of a camera. And that's another thing that I struggle with. E.H. Brick says, do you know this new storyteller guy? He keeps trying to get your attention. Yeah, I know new storyteller. I've seen his videos, and he sent us mail. Sorry I missed your comment, new storyteller, if that's the case. But yeah, I definitely struggle with trying to document as much stuff as I can while also trying to live as much stuff as I can. I just want to capture everything. But you have to find, again, this whole stream comes down to a balance. And you got to find a way to enjoy moments while also recording them too. So new storyteller says, he says he comments about myself reading a Thomas book on a disc for Clark. That'd be kind of cool. Or we can just watch your videos. Brixar says it's hard to film and enjoy. We always film much less than we expect. To be honest, I'm actually surprised how many people aren't filming things when I go places. Like, I see a lot of people taking photos. I very rarely see people making videos. And that's why I don't know, I'm a video person more so than a photo person. And I like capturing that and looking back on it. I like having it in my time capsule, as I call it. So I try to do a little bit of both. Bruce says, Greg, I really enjoy the radio shows, playing in the car, very soothing. Thank you for your time. Love you and your channel, Greg. Thank you so much, Bruce. I appreciate you saying that. I always tell people, if you ever want to boost your self-esteem, start making YouTube videos, because you would be shocked as the number of positive people that come out. That's not to say that they're, just like in real life, there aren't some people that are just miserable and are going to try to rain on your parade. But those people are far and few between. And my favorite thing about making videos is I love reading the comments. I try to reply to as many as I can. But I just love the positivity that comes from the community that I have. Not that I own the community, but the community that's following our channel. And I think if you're trying to develop a positive community, the best way you can do that is just be positive yourself. And I think you attract like people. So you put that bad stuff out there, bad people are going to come towards you. So be good, and good people will find you, just like Bruce. Mr. Blobfish says, give a channel to Clark when you're ready to stop. I don't know if I'm ever going to stop, honestly. I don't know if I'm ever going to stop making vlog videos like on my Greg's World channel, because I feel like I want to capture my entire life on there, and I really don't see myself stopping Lego anytime soon either. So I don't think I'm going to hand the channel over to him, because I want it for myself just to keep doing what I do, but I could definitely see Clark making his own channel, and he can title it whatever he wants, do whatever he wants. I'll help him with the editing, but I want him to do all of the video stuff himself. Lego Freak says, I wish me and Jim Blade would have filmed more at Hershey Park, but I wanted to enjoy it, and I couldn't film on their coasters. Yeah, I watched your vlog, and I was wishing for like a 30-minute vlog spectacular of you and Jim Blade just going crazy at Hershey Park, and it was only like 6 minutes, so I was bummed by that. But you got some footage, you documented the parts of your day, and that's the important thing. Heck, I would have even done like a video where I was just at Jim Blade's house. Could have been like a, Lego Freak invades Jim Blade's room, and he could show you all his Ninjago stuff. I think that would have been really cool. E.H. Bricks with another donation. He says, okay, last donation. Christmas came early, boys. What are your thoughts on Cloud City set, and when will you show Star Wars to Clark? Well, Clark is already a Star Wars fan, as you can tell. He loves all the famous characters like Jenny, Toad, the Stormtroopers. Did I miss any? Yeah, he loves them all. Am I getting Cloud City? No, I'm not going to be getting Cloud City, because honestly I feel like it's overpriced. I think $350 is definitely a reach for that. That's not to say that they're not going to sell them like hotcakes, and I'm sure Lego knew that, but I think about Ninjago's City being like almost 5,000 pieces at $300, and I feel like the set at most should have been 300. Would I buy it 300? I don't know. I'm not like a giant Star Wars fan. I can appreciate good sets and stuff. I think it's pretty cool, but I think I'd rather have like the Death Star if I was really going to go all in on a Star Wars set. So I was waiting for that question though. I thought it would come a lot sooner than this. Trevor asks, do you think there's such thing as forced positivity? I think if you're feeling down, I think you can bring yourself up by forcing your own positivity. So like just the way you hold yourself, your body language, like if you, like right now, if you're feeling kind of like bummed and you're slumping, sit up straight real quick. Just sit like with your back completely straight and take in a good breath of air. Next thing you can do, just smile. Depressed people don't smile. Happy people smile. So I do think that you can bring yourself positivity. Do I think there's forced positivity on YouTube? I definitely think that, especially in people that vlog their every single day like life, and they never have a bad day. Like I've documented my bad days on Brickitect. You know, I'm like I'm frustrated with this. You know, like Lego Dimensions, I was frustrated with that. I've had frustrations with building BB-8, and I've shared those things. But like I do feel like that people, like when people watch videos, they want you to be happy, right? So you put that out there, you put out you're happy. Like I've seen, like I think about some vloggers that I've followed. I won't mention any names, but like one day they're happy, they're doing their thing. It's like a guy and his wife. Next day it's like they're getting divorced, and it's like, wait a minute, you've been documenting your entire life for like the last 5 years. Why didn't we see any of the downsides? Why didn't we see like the arguments you had? Why didn't we see that you're kind of like distancing yourself from each other? Why did it go from being like, hey, we're having fun, we're doing cartwheels, at the park, to next day we're divorced? That's forced positivity. I think people can, maybe people can't see through that, but I think people can tell when you're real and when you're passionate, when you're authentic, and I think people can tell when you're blowing smoke, and unfortunately that's kind of the case there. Brickstar says real life is not like 99% of vlogs. Yeah, like look at my vlogs, for example. Like most of my vlogs are us doing something, having fun, going somewhere. Like that's the kind of stuff you want to record. You don't record like, oh man, my car broke down today, this sucks. Or, like, hey, I was walking along the street and a car went by and splashed me with a bunch of water, or, whatever it is. Like just even like on Facebook and Instagram and all the places you see like photos of people where they're like, hey, today I climbed Mount Kilimanjaro, or like, oh, I'm like so attractive, or whatever the case is. No one ever shows their bad side or the bad stuff. And maybe there's a spot for that. Somebody should make a YouTube video just called My Life Sucks, and you just show all the bad stuff that happens. That's actually a really great idea. Please someone do that. I think that would be so funny. Maniac says, I've recorded vlogs of bad days and self-doubt, but I never published them. I think it could be very powerful publishing those. I think you'd get a lot of encouragement if you did that, honestly. Brickstar says, I think daily vlogging leads to marital problems when it is the epic presentations. I could see it in the Casey Neistat long before he started talking about problems. Yeah, so many daily vloggers have had issues, and I think that the issue becomes you have problems separating what is my real life versus what am I doing just because I'm recording it. Like, hey, today we're doing all this fun stuff because I have to record it, but do I really want to do this fun stuff? And do we even really like each other anymore? And some of these people don't. They just do it because it's their job, I guess. Oh, Ryan of M&R Productions here says, Brickstar, what figure did you trade your wind turbine for? An unrelated comment, but I'm sure he'll answer you on that. Maniac says, I probably could. I just don't know how many people would take it or think of me or take advantage of it. Yeah, I feel like the people that back you would be like, dude, keep your head up. You can get through this. We support you. And then I think about the people that, aren't really down, and they're like, hey, I don't want to see negative stuff. I want to see you, having fun, or like motorizing a roller coaster, or whatever the case is. I don't know. It just depends where that person is on your level of fan base. Speaking of bad days, though, I want to talk about this for a second. There's a guy that I follow on YouTube here. His name's Pee Wee Toms. I forget his real name. It's not his real name, but he is battling cancer right now. One of his videos was suggested to me, and I was like, it's like, it was called like Cancer's Won, Game Over, or something like that. And I was like, oh, I'm gonna watch this. And he talked about how he's probably like my age, I think, maybe like a year older, and he's talking about how you know, he has this really aggressive rare cancer, and there's no way they can fight it, and there's nothing they can do about it. But he keeps making these videos where he's, you know, documenting his experience, which many of those days are down, obviously, and but he's still fighting, and he's trying to do everything he can. And I just have such an appreciation for life by watching his videos. I feel really terrible for the guy, and he has all these people supporting him and stuff. But when I watch his videos, I'm like, man, I'm not going through any of that. I have nothing to complain about. Like, this guy, he may have a couple weeks to live, and like, I get worried if he doesn't make a video for a couple days. Like, I get worried about him. I don't want like the video that I just watched to be his last video. And I watch his video, and as soon as I'm done with it, I'm like, I got to take advantage of this day, because this guy, he would love to have the abilities that I have right now. Like, I can go out and go for a walk right now. He may not be able to do that. He might be tired. He might, you know, like, oh, it's terrible. I mean, it's terrible to watch something like that, but I do think it's very valuable for him to document it. And the amount of positivity that he puts out there, even when he's going through this terrible experience, I'm just really impressed by. So you want to talk about forced positivity? Maybe that's that, because I'm sure when he turns that camera off, he's really bummed out about the way that his life is going at this point. But at least he's putting it out there, maybe giving some other people some power to keep going. So that's unrelated, but if you guys want to check him out, his name's Pee Wee Toms. I don't know how many more videos you're going to see, but if you go back through his catalog, you'll see a guy go from, like, you know, the one video that really got me was he was like really hopeful. Like, him and his mom are in the car, and they're hopeful they're going to go get these test results, and then they're back in the car, and you can tell things didn't go as planned. So, boy, now I'm feeling all down and depressed. Let's change the topic. Let's get on to something a little more positive. Let's not talk about people fighting cancer. But I say all that to maybe help you guys. And I'm not a motivational speaker or anything like that. I'm just a guy that makes videos on YouTube. But think about somebody like that. You don't have to watch his videos to appreciate what you have. So no matter what you're going through in life, it's not that bad. You got, like, if you're on the internet right now and you're watching this, you live a very blessed life. It means you have, one, electricity, you have the ability, you have enough money to pay for internet, or your parents do. I'm assuming that you probably ate a meal today. I'm assuming that you're probably living indoors. Like, things are good for you. So, next topic. Question again, am I getting Cloud City when it comes out? I'm not getting it when it comes out, and I'm not getting it when it's been out. I don't see myself ever buying it. I'm sure I'm going to get that question every single time I live stream. So there's the second time that I answered it. I won't be answering it again in this stream, at least. But if anyone else has any topics they want to talk about, I think I bummed everyone out on my talk there. But my hope was that it would be a positive thing and maybe motivate you and inspire you to take advantage of everything that you have, but maybe not the case. And we've been going for 38 minutes now. Surely it doesn't feel that way to me. I'm going to go back to trying to bend out some of these Nintendo boxes. Pop-Tart 5000 says, I've been watching your video for 3 years. That's a long time. Most of the people that watch my channel have probably came across my channel probably in the last year, at least like 95% of them. It was this year's been pretty crazy on this channel, and I think I found my stride. New Storyteller asks, how was your day out? Or how was your day out in A Day Out with Thomas? It was fantastic. It was a lot of fun. It was kind of rushed because we got there very late. We were driving back from Ocean City, Maryland. So we got there like maybe an hour before it closed. We barely made it on the train. You can watch the whole vlog on it. It was fun. I was really happy about it. Ryan asked, do I collect the Winter Village sets? I collect anything holiday related. I consider the Winter Village stuff to be holiday related. And I'm a sucker for like the Christmas sets and anything, you know, Thanksgiving, Halloween, any of that stuff I love picking up. Maniac asks, does Clark make his own Hot Wheels tracks the way he makes Thomas tracks? No, we haven't really gotten any Hot Wheels tracks out, but I just the other day I was like, man, we got to get some of those tracks. I think I may have some in my old toy collection, but I was thinking about like attaching them to one of the shelves up high and then letting Clark race them. I think he would really dig that. So we'll make a video about that one of these days. Although it's not Lego related, I still think people will probably be down with it. Boo asked, do I play Nintendo? Are you excited for Smash Brothers Ultimate? I can't wait. Yeah, I'm hoping to score a Nintendo Switch this year on Black Friday. I'm hoping for a really good deal. I'm hoping to pick up a couple games. It's the only console that I don't have, and I really love the Switch for its capabilities to not only play on the TV, but also kind of play as a handheld as well. So I still have, I pretty much have every video game console from Nintendo NES, which I got on December 25th, 1990, when I was like just turning, I think I was 5, to all the way up to today. Brickstar says, my favorite new toy is the GoPro holder car like 5 mad movie makers use. I'm going to have to check that out. Cars and GoPros put together, that's my kind of thing. Maniac says, I can see that as a mail time video. Woo, video from yours truly. Yeah, speaking of, we talked a little bit about holiday sets. I love them, and what I'd love to do is maybe like the beginning of December. Last year I did like a Star Wars week because, you know, the Last Jedi was coming out, and I had a bunch of Star Wars sets in the backlog to get through. This year in December, I'm thinking about building like a really awesome like winter setup. Pretty much building all of the winter sets that I have, which I just got the train station, and we've got the winter holiday train. We've got I think Santa's workshop. We've got a couple different things. I'd like to put that all together and maybe put it on a desk somewhere for us to play with. I think that'd be pretty neat. And what else? Is anything else coming out this year for that? I don't think there's much. But yeah, I think that'll be fun. Maybe I'll even set up all the old advent calendar stuff too. That's one of my favorite things about December. I love the advent calendars. Love the city advent calendar. I know we talked a little bit about that on the podcast. My favorite thing is for the advent calendars isn't necessarily what's inside, but it's the ability to get up every morning, and it's just, you know, that little treat that's in there, and we rip that open, and me and Mrs. Brickatect kind of trade off, and one day I'll do it, one day she'll do it, and Clark pretty much plays with everything and destroys it. But man, I just love doing that. We have forgotten a few days in the past though, and I've had to like do a couple days in a row. Maniac says each year he puts his holiday sets in his living room and around the base of the tree if there's space. That's really cool. I like that idea. I got to be very careful with my stuff, though, because Clark is just, he destroys stuff. What 3-year-olds don't, though, I guess. Imperial Brick Productions asks, do I plan on attending Philly Brickfest 2019? Hopefully I'll catch you there. I'll be displaying at the convention. I'd love to do the whole like 4-day thing. What'll probably happen is we'll just go Saturday and spend the whole day there. I think that'll be enough for me to kind of get the experience and to see everything. Last year was incredible. I wish we could have stayed longer, but Clark, man, he needed a nap, and by the time we left, he was pretty much drained down, and then he threw a fit when we left because he was playing with Brickstar's trains, which he may not have an opportunity to do this year if Brickstar doesn't come. I'm about ready to start a GoFundMe for Brickstar's plane ticket, though. But I think another issue is the time factor. But if we can get Brickstar there for just Saturday, just go for Saturday, I think that'd be great. I'm gonna keep pushing at this, and hopefully I can make it happen. How did I come up with the name Brickatect? Well, it's a combination between, you know, brick like everyone uses and architect, and I kind of put them together to make Brickatect. If I could go back now, I wouldn't do anything with the word brick in it. I feel like it's just way overused. I would do something else. I'd probably, like, the way that you can name channels these days, I'd probably just call it Greg's Lego Journey. That's probably, that's a suitable definition for my channel, even though it has the word Lego in it. Plus, the thing with Brickatect is nobody can spell it. That's the other problem. So if you're ever going to start a Lego channel, come up with a good name. Maybe, I'm sure like all the brick stuff is pretty much taken, but maybe come up with something unique and try to make it something people can actually spell. Brick Talk is taunting me here with this amazing Lego deal. I got a $100 Lego Fire Station for $50 from Walmart. You're crazy. I wish I could have scored that. New Storyteller asks, do you have a VHS player or DVD player? DVDs with regions annoy anyone when you want to find rare stuff. I have a VHS player which is in storage that I keep because we have a tape collection. I've got DVD player, of course. I've got Blu-ray players. I've never actually bought a DVD player. Everything that I've watched on DVD has been through my PlayStation or Xbox One. So that was the cool thing about getting a PlayStation 2. And I know this keeps coming back to video games, but PlayStation 2 was awesome because it had the DVD drawer in there that you could play, and that's when I started collecting DVDs. I don't do a whole lot with movies though. Like, I don't like to own movies because I find that I watch them once maybe and then I never watch them again, so it seems silly to own it, especially with all these on-demand services. I'd much rather just watch something, or rent it or whatever and then move on. It's funny, like, you guys know I go to yard sales quite often, and it's funny how many DVDs and VHSs you still see at yard sales. Just, people, like, I know people don't have a lot of money to spend in most cases, like, frivolously, but if just people took the money that they spend on DVDs, just think how much money they could have in their savings account or invested or whatever. Like, I see just tables of DVDs, and that you figure the person probably paid at least $5 for each one of those, maybe more. And they're selling them for 50 cents or $1. Like, it's just a terrible investment. Stay away from buying physical media like that. Brookstar says he's converting 8mm films to digital. I saw the video on that. I thought that was really cool. I would love to do some recordings in 8mm, which I think you can still do, but it's just wildly expensive for the film. And the fact that you're going to record and there's no like, oh, let's do that again, or let's cut that part out. It's pretty much like, I'm just recording now for the next however many minutes until the tape runs out or the reel runs out. I think it'd be kind of fun. No sound too. I did see you can do it like a filter on your iPhone or Android, I'm assuming, where you can kind of make it look like the old school 8mm. I might play around with that one of these days and make like a video outside in the fall or something. Oh man, Pop Tart says, I remember my mom used to take me to Blockbuster Video every Saturday for a movie. That makes me sad. Blockbuster, Toys R Us, all these things that you remember like walking into. Like, I remember walking to Blockbuster, they have a whole wall of the same movie. And like, just the experience of going in and picking up a movie and looking at the cover and looking at the back and reading it was awesome. Just like walking into like a toy store and looking at this stuff was awesome. And now you go to Amazon and you look at the digital version and you watch the trailer, I guess. It's not nearly as fun. So I do feel bad for kids of the future, but economics is economics, and unfortunately that's kind of where we're at. Maniac asks, have I ever been to a yard sale where you fill up a box of stuff for a set price, like pick a brick cup? I'm trying to think. I did that at the library once. They had like the book sale at the library, and I used to really be into reading books, which I haven't done in a long time. Don't tell anyone. But they had like you fill up like a grocery bag for $1 or something like that, and that was pretty cool. But yeah, you definitely make out when you can do a whole bag of stuff. Brickstar says, yeah, you use the filter, we have it on Final Cut. I've been debating whether I should upgrade to Final Cut from iMovie. I feel like you can do a little more with that. I don't know if I would use all the special features. I see it's $300, which kind of hurts my soul. But like I said today in the video that I made, sometimes that investment can be some of the best things you can do. Yeah, MW asks, do you remember a store called Blockbuster? Yeah, Blockbuster it was like the big movie store. Blockbuster really, like, in all honesty, Blockbuster should have been Netflix. They didn't see the tides turning and the times changing, and unfortunately they're no more. They probably thought, oh, of course everyone loves driving to the movie store and going in and renting one and then taking it home and then having to remember to bring it back, and if they don't bring it back in time they get late fees. People love that. No, people don't love that. People want to sit on their couch, and when they see the mailman appear, they like to grab that disc, watch it as many times as they want, send it back on their own terms, and get a new one in the mail as soon as the company gets it. That's what people want. And Blockbuster failed to realize that and went from this massive company to, I'm assuming they filed bankruptcy. I don't know. Although they did have like their little kiosk service, almost like Redbox, I believe, but I don't think many people, I think I do see Redbox, so I think people are still using Redbox. Sir Bricks a lot wants to know, why don't I make a Lego Unikitty set review? I don't have any of the sets. I'm debating whether I should buy any of them. The one that I kind of like is maybe the roller coaster, although it's not complete, but I also like the box that you can build a bunch of miscellaneous stuff out of there. Brookstar says, "Be kind to rewind. I remember if you wanted to own your own movie, the VHS could be $80 or $90. Yikes! I don't remember those days, but we did have VHSs. And I remember as a kid, my favorite thing about watching VHSs as a kid, or I guess any movie in general, is like Friday night. It was like our tradition. We would go get a pizza and like rent a movie. And I remember watching it Friday night. We'd watch the movie, eating pizza. Saturday morning, I would eat some pizza, cold pizza, of course. Can't reheat that stuff. Watch the movie again Saturday morning, and then we would return it Saturday night. So I'd always do like the double up where I'd watch the movie twice. And I think kids are like that, where you want to watch the same thing over and over again. I can't remember the last time that I watched a movie like back to back like that. But man, here's what I love about Lego. This is related to that. I think back on those times that I just talked about and how as a kid you have no worries and like you don't think about stresses, you don't think about bills, you don't think about, you know, this or that or what's going on in life. You're just really enjoying your life, and like there's no one to stop you from that. Assuming that you had a supportive parents and a stable household and stuff like that. If you didn't have that, or an abusive family or whatever, this you may not be able to relate to this, but like I think about my childhood and I just loved it, and a big part of that was Lego. And that's why I'm trying to rekindle this as an adult, is like I just want to go back to those times where I just, you know, just dumping out a big box or a big pile of Lego in front of me, and the opportunities were endless. That is what I love, and that's where I'm trying to get back to. And I feel like with Clark, I'm recapturing that the best that I can. I mean, while I'm still making videos about it and thinking about that and editing and doing all that, so it's a little more complicated, but it gets me as close as I can to having those glory days again. And I think some of you guys can probably relate to that. Brickstar says, I remember waiting till the movie came out on TV. It took forever. I remember we had HBO when I was a kid, which my parents probably should have monitored that a little more, because there was some stuff on HBO that I probably shouldn't have seen as a kid, but it really didn't impact me negatively. Like I definitely watched my share of R movies as a 7-year-old or 8-year-old. You know, as far as like, you know, nudity and guns and things like that, but I think I turned out okay. But yeah, HBO it's always exciting, like Saturday night. It's like, oh dude, what's the new movie going to be? And it was always like the movie that was out like 6 months or a year earlier in the theaters, and you got to sit down and watch it. And I still remember like their intro where it flew over the city. Like it was like this little, I don't know. It was cool. It was an animation type thing. Yeah. Being a kid is awesome, isn't it? If you guys are kids right now, enjoy every moment of it, because life's going to get more complicated for you in the future. I kind of said that like Italian. Life is going to get more complicated. Sally says go to Walt Disney. Yeah, we're going to be going to Disney here. I want to do it when Clark is like 5 or 6. I think that's like the magical time where he's still going to think Mickey Mouse is like the best thing ever. And also be able to walk around and maybe remember some of the stuff. Although I will be recording the whole thing. I just want him to like be in the experience. And I think he'll do that when he's like 5 or 6, which we're also going to hit up Legoland. We actually just had this conversation like maybe last week. I said, do you think it's too much to do Disney and Legoland at the same time? And the missus was like, let's just go for 2 weeks and enjoy our time in Florida. Plus, I'm trying to convince her to move to Florida if I can. So maybe if we're down there for a while, she'll be like, oh, this weather is actually really nice. We'll try to go in like January when it's like snowing and really crappy here. And I'll take her down there and be like, this is what it could be like. I think I've mentioned it on live streams before, but my ultimate goal is to live in a place where I don't have to wear long pants ever again. I want to wear shorts the rest of my life. And Pennsylvania isn't that place, my friends. Chicken Corn says, I love how I can get away from life, politics, for a while and just chat with random people on the internet. Yeah, that's where these live streams are pretty cool. You can talk to me, you can talk to anybody else that's in here. People love talking. People like just having a place where they can go and just enjoy being there. Bruce says, Craig, I'm back. Your new vid was great. I was worried about today's video. I was like, does anybody actually want to see the stuff that I'm buying, like the camera equipment I'm buying? I know I get a lot of questions about my microphone on live streams, but I was like, you know, people subscribe to my channel to watch Lego videos. Do they want to see me? Like, it's what I was doing today. That I was like getting into all this stuff. It's like, do people actually want to see me get into camera equipment? But I put it out and the response was good, so I appreciate you guys sticking with me. I promise tomorrow there's going to be another Lego video, which we actually filmed tonight, because me and Mrs. Brickitect are actually going kayaking tomorrow. So I'm going to edit that up in the morning, schedule it for the afternoon, and we're going to go kayaking, probably for the last time this year. I'm looking forward to that. Maniac says, I prefer anything lower than North Jersey. Sorry, Philly, LOL, but I always travel south more than north for trips. Yeah, I'm envious of you how you get to go to the beach all the time. I think New Jersey beaches are nice. I know New Jersey gets a bad rap for all this stuff, but I really enjoy Cape May. We went to Wildwood one year. I'd like to try Seaside Heights. I think Clark would really have a blast there with the boardwalk and everything. All right, Brickstar is going to bed. You're a trooper. It's 11:52 p.m. Thanks for hanging out with me, Brickstar, and I will see you in Philly Brickfest 2019. I'm just putting it out there so it gets ingrained in your mind. But thanks for hanging out, man. What an honor to have, like, I still say this. I've said this plenty of times before, but what an honor to have your favorite LEGO YouTuber in your live stream. It's an amazing thing. Now, should I go to bed? That's the question. Running on midnight here. You guys seem to be having fun, so we'll stick around for a little while. Somebody tomorrow, and I hope they comment, somebody tomorrow is going to enjoy this conversation, I think. Except for that part where I brought everyone down, but hopefully bringing you down, I can bring you back up. Maniac says, Seaside Heights is good. If you're careful, I'll meet up with you, or Wildwood, or in between, too. That'd be cool. We should do a video where we're at the beach together. Pixel Brick says, it's 10 to 5 in the morning in England. What the heck are you doing up before 5 a.m.? You're crazy. Is the cricket in your room again, or am I hearing it out my window? They're outside my window. They're very loud. But yeah, I can hear them right now. If I'm quiet, you can probably hear them. I should go out and do some recording outside. So when next time I do one of these late night radio shows, I can put in a little bit of the cricket sound a little bit louder so you guys feel like I'm outside. I'll put a little crackling of a campfire or something too. Bricks asks, who's your favorite YouTuber besides yourself? Oh, I just said Brickstar is my favorite LEGO YouTuber. Love his content. I wish more people would find him. I'm sure most of you guys have heard of Brickstar. He's got a pretty big following, to be honest, but I think he does great work. Yeah, crickets in the summer is a great thing. Oh, Maniac says it's my window cricket. Yeah, maybe everyone has crickets right now. You're probably hearing mine, you're hearing yours. Depends how you're listening to this. If you have headphones on, you might be hearing my crickets. Oh, man, I think, why don't we go until midnight? We'll keep this going. I might try to keep this right at an hour. We've got, like, yeah, Lebanon Tech says, well, let's end soon, I have to go to bed. Let's talk for 2 more minutes. Anybody has any pressing matters they want to talk about in the next couple minutes, we'll do that. I'm going to have to go back and cut, like, the first minute or 2 of this off because it was, like, nobody was in our stream, so I have to edit that out a little bit. Well, this is a tough question. Who's a YouTuber that you don't think is bad but could use some improvement? I'm going to say Jinblade. I would love to see him put a little more care into the filming of his videos and a little bit in the editing. I know he doesn't want to do that, but I think he can make some really good videos if he put a little more time into it. Brickboy Builder asks, do I have any suggestions for asking a girl out to dance? I'm so nervous. Oh, man, you're making me nervous just even asking that. Oh, I don't know. First, I would make sure she knows you and knows of you. Try to feel out how you guys are, if you're friends. If you don't know her at all, I suppose you could just go up and ask, but just prepare yourself. If she does reject you, don't get too worked up about it. Just be like, all right, cool, you know, and then run off to the bathroom and cry or whatever. But no, don't worry too much about it. I say just go for it. You're never going to get anything you want without really reaching for it or working for it. So I say just make it happen, man. And good luck to you. I need you to report back to me on how it goes. Bricks Langan asks, when does Clark start school? He starts school, he's probably going to go to preschool next year at this time and then school the following year at this time. Bruce asks, is Clark better than Picasso attacked? Man, I'm really proud of him. Last year, like maybe like 6 months ago, I tried to get him into like coloring and painting and he just had no interest in it. Now, my goodness, the kid loves to paint, loves to color. And I love watching him. I like what he does. I know it's not like amazing work or whatever, but he really loves doing it and he's so proud of what he makes. And I like to encourage that. And that's something that I plan to do for the rest of my days, is encourage Clark to follow his dreams. I'm going to give him the same advice that I gave you guys on this stream, and it's try to stand out, or don't try to stand out. Like, you don't have to go out of your way, but be yourself, be who you are. Don't let school conform you into something, and just follow your dreams, because I really do believe that Clark has a bright future, especially if he decides to take this YouTube route, because the kid's 3 years old and he's got a lot of people that love him right now. I think about where that could be when he's maybe 18, and hopefully he can turn that into something, and maybe he can do this for a living and just do exactly what he wants to do with his life, and have some people that care about him and enjoy that journey. And I think that's where we're going to leave it. I hope all of you enjoy your journey, and I appreciate you following along with mine here. No matter where it turns or what we do, you guys always seem to be there for me, and I just thank you so much for that. I want to thank everyone that donated during this stream. I haven't even tallied it up, but it was fast and furious there, and I promise you guys that I'll put that money back into the videos here, whether it be in equipment, or if I think the equipment's handled, but we'll buy some sets and I'll live stream them with you, so we can do that together, and I can talk to you guys. I appreciate you guys just listening to me ramble on here for the last hour. I had a great time, and I hope you guys did too. So I'm going to wrap it up here. If it's morning for you, have a good rest of your day, and if it's night, you guys better get to bed, and that's advice for myself too. So thanks for watching, and we'll see you in the next live stream.